Good afternoon, student. Today again we are going to discuss about the electrophoretic techniques. Our topic is today pulse filled gel electrophoresis. So, what is the principle, how the instrumentation and the procedure application? We will discuss everything. Now, the principle behind this pulse filled gel electrophoresis is that the conventional electrophoresis uses a single electrical field that is constant and unidirectional to cause biomolecules to migrate through a matrix according to its mass to charge ratio. However, larger fragments will co-migrate and appear as a large band at the top of the gel. Do you understand what I'm saying? That we want to separate a big fragment of DNA inside by using an agarose gel electrophoresis because there's a limitation. A big DNA fragment may not enter in the gel. So, and what type of system we are using? We are using a constant and unidirectional electrical field. Okay, always it is moving from negative to positive. Okay, so and the porosities are there based on what is the percentage of agarose gel we have chosen. Based on the porosities are dependent on that, and the molecule should move through this pore. Now, because of that, the small molecule may go inside and can be separated. But what is the fate of the big fragment? They may not be able to enter the agarose gel. To overcome this problem, the pulse field gel electrophoresis resolve DNA by an alternating electric field between spatially distinct pair of electrodes with different time intervals called pulse time TP. TP is the pulse time. So imagine a situation, instead of moving, electrodes are fixed to one direction to another direction. You are changing the direction with the time interval, and you are giving the pulse for different for certain time, and then you are again changing the direction of the electric field and keeping that direction for certain time. A pulse you are giving, then again you are altering. So you're alternating electrical field between spatially distinct pairs of electrodes with different time intervals, which we call pulse time. Now this situation can be, you can relate with a very I can give an example. It's a very funny thing. You may think that this is it's not something different example I will give now. I believe that all of us have an experience traveling in a very crowded bus. Now, when bus is very crowded, you are thinking that there is no space for other people to enter. But the driver and conductor are not thinking the way you are thinking. What they are doing, they want to take more public. So what they are doing, they are giving brake, and unknowingly you are orienting yourself in such a position because of the brake. To adjust with the brake, the bus driver is giving the brake at different time, and that time to keep yourself steady, you are uh, reorienting yourself, and because of that some spaces are creating, and that's the reason the conductor is again taking some more people. Now you can compare this thing, it's maybe very funny, with this pulse filled gel electrophoresis. The thing is that we are changing the direction of the electric field, and each direction we are changing and giving a pulse of electricity at that direction, and then again we are changing. Because of that thing, the small molecule will can orient themselves in a proper direction and can move. The bigger fragment, which otherwise they're feeling very tough to orient themselves inside these pores, now because of this changing of the electrical field, they are now slowly and reorienting themselves and entering the pores. So that can be separated. You can separate the small molecule of DNA and the big molecule of the DNA. How does pulse field gel electrophoresis work? When the orientation of the electric field change during electrophoresis, the DNA molecule must return to their elongated form prior to reorientation, thus affecting the migration rate. That means you are giving a electrical field in certain direction. DNA has intended to go to that direction. They elongate themselves in towards that direction. But suddenly you change the orientation of electric field. So it need to, what is it called? Reorient themselves towards the other direction now. Thus affecting the migration rate. When the electrical field is applied to the gel, the DNA molecules elongate in the direction of the electric field. The first electric field is then switched to the second field according to the run specification. The DNA must change conformation and reorient before it can migrate in the direction of this field. Understood? So what I'm giving, it is not an uniform direction electric field we are applying. We are applying different orientation of the electric field and giving a pulse and then again changing the electrical field orientation. Each time I'm changing the orientation, DNA is try to reorient themselves to the new field. Okay, so because of that, it the bigger molecule will find less time to reorient, but the smaller molecule will find enough time to reorient. So the separation takes place. If you see this diagram, you see the electric field, where is the minus, where is the plus. This diagonally they are giving is the sample well DNA fragment. This is an agarose gel. The field direction, you can see minus to positive. Change of direction of electrical field. The moment it was in the right hand side, now it is in the left hand side. So under the influence of this, it is migrating towards the left side. The moment I change the direction of the electric field, now it is moving to this direction. Again you change this direction. Each time you are changing left and right hand side, if it is like that, the resulting vector will come in the straight line and the DNA fragments of different size will be separated easily. Now, the precise reason why large DNA fragments separate so well on pulse field gel electrophoresis is not fully understood. But we can give an explanation that during reorientation, the helical structure is stretched and then compressed. So understood, one side electrical field, it is stretched toward that. Again another side, it need to reorient towards the other direction, so it compressed and then again elongate. The time required for this to occur is the viscoelastic relaxation time. Remember this word we referred by TR. We already referred another one, pulse time, that is TP, and this is relaxation time, viscoelastic relaxation time, and it is dependent on the molecular weight. Big molecule will take more time, okay, but small molecule will take less time. Small molecule reorient themselves to the changed electric field much more quickly than the larger molecules, which means that the latter have less time available to electrophorese during a given electrical pulse. Now there is a ratio between these two time. One is the TR, that means how much time it is getting for this reorientation, relaxing time, and another thing TP, that how long the pulse I am giving electrical field. The ratio of TR to TP is crucial for good separation in pulse field gel electrophoresis. If your pulse time is less than the relaxation time, so there is sufficient time for the molecule to reorient itself. So TR is bigger, so I'm getting enough time to reorient myself in the next field, in the next field. But if the TP, that means pulse time, is greater than TR, then the molecules will behave as conventional agarose gel electrophoresis. That means conventional meaning what we are doing every day. That means I'm giving in a electric field towards unidirection. The separation is good when people have done this study when the TR-TP ratio is between 0.1 to 1. There are two hypotheses how a DNA fragment, you can imagine how it is going through a pore and through an agarose gel during this pulse field gel electrophoresis. There are two school of thought. One is biased reptation model. In the biased reptation model, you can imagine a pore like that. that means pore in the agarose gel, and DNA oriented transverse to the direction of electric field. Okay? Then what happened? The DNA reorient in direction of electric field in the horizontal. DNA is vertically standing, okay, and the pore is also horizontal. So once the electric field we are getting, it need to reorient to proceed through this pore. So now the DNA enters the pores regardless of its molecular mass. This is one hypothesis. Another one is what is called caterpillar model. The caterpillar model, they're imagining the cross link, not the pore, the fibers. I already told you agarose gel, there is an intermolecular crosslink. So each strand, if you consider this is the repetition of galactose and anhydrogalactose, so that fiber, if we can think this is a fiber and this oval shaped molecule is the DNA. So once the electric field in the horizontal direction applied, DNA extends in as a U shaped. So we can imagine a head and a tail of that one. So the one which is towards going electric field, because electric field direction, this is the head explore new route through the gel is a maximum extension, and we can see it forms like this kind of a horizontal line because of this electrical field. The large arms pulls the chain, then again it compacts, and then again towards another fiber it encounters, and then again reorient according to that fiber. So this is another hypothesis they mentioned. It's as a caterpillar model. Pulse field gel electrophoresis. There are two model hypothesis how this DNA molecule reorient through this pore or the fibers they come across. Now this is the another one. Very large DNA molecule can be separated by using this pulse field gel electrophoresis. So you can see negative, positive. This is the two direction, and again we are changing. So one time it's a zigzag model, resulting will go in a vector. If you imagine, it will go in a straight line. So instrumentation plays a very crucial role for this pulse field gel electrophoresis. So there are different types of pulse field gel electrophoresis apparatus are available. The first very common thing is that field inversion gel electrophoresis, FIGE, alternating positive and negative poles. Transverse alternating field electrophoresis, transverse angle reorientation of poles of a vertical gel. Contour clamped homogeneous electric field, alternatingly polarity in an electrode array. I will show the structure. Rotating gel electrophoresis, rotating gel with a fixed pole. So here gel is rotating but the poles are fixed. Each time gel is rotating, it experiences at a different angle, different electrical field. Now see this thing. This is pulse field gel electrophoresis. First minus, plus, again plus, minus, vertical, horizontal. Orthogonal field this is. So minus, plus, this is transverse. So one side minus, plus, another side minus, plus. This is field inversion. That means one side plus, another side minus. With some time, it will just reverse. Negative, positive. The positive become negative. Negative become positive. This is what is called contour clamped homogeneous electric field. This is the one very popular. Each point there are electric field. There have a point, and that it is experiencing positive, negative charge in each point. And gel is here. It's a vector which orientation it will be applied, the resulting molecule will move based on its vector. Here is what we are saying, that rotating. So the electrode are fixed, but gel is casted on a rotating plate. So the plate is rotating, each angle it is experiencing different electric field. So these are the instrumentation. Application, the main the goal of this experiment is that large scale chromosome can be separated. There are many examples that initially people thought that this organism is having only one chromosome, but later identified no, this is 2 or 3 chromosomes are there, because initially they are unable to separate the chromosome. With the help of this pulse field gel electrophoresis, they are able to separate and the chromosome. So large scale mapping of chromosome, bacterial taxonomy to identify any novel strain, to identify and analyze polymorphism, to identify the DNA strand break in human chromosome as a result of toxic chemicals. So if we are working with a big fragment of DNA, you want to do an experiment with a big fragment of DNA which you have purified and applied, you need to use this pulse field gel electrophoresis. One more thing I wanted to inform here, the sample what you are, how to load the gel. So the sample you need to prepare here. Let's see, you want to load the whole bacterial genome. So you prepare the bacterial cell and then put it in the gel slab, okay, and that thing you can digest with the enzyme, okay, and the whole slab, gel slab, you can insert inside this pulse field gel electrophoresis gel, agarose gel. What type of gel we are casting here? Agarose gel. Percentage is 5% to, actually 5% gel is very fragile, 5% to sorry, not 5%, sorry, it is less than 1%, less than 1%, 0.8 to 1% gel we are casting, and the buffer is again tris acetate buffer or borate TBE buffer we are using. And the sample, that means the whole chromosome, we can take the one, you can put it in the agar slab, you can allow the enzyme to digest the cell membrane and can do a restriction digestion in the slab only, and then the whole thing you can put it inside this well where you are seeing the gel well, and allow this is to run electrophoretic run. After that, detection is staining, simple staining. What staining you have done for agarose gel? That means the ethidium bromide, cyber green, silver stain, anything is applicable for this sample also. So with this, I am finishing the pulse field gel electrophoresis. Thank you very much.